Disclaimer, if you are triggered by divination, astrology, tarot, and worldly discussions, this channel is not for you. Please enjoy.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, Wisdom and Light here, and I am back with another reading. So if you are new to this channel, welcome. We do readings like this one, celebrity readings, monthly horoscopes, and whatever that's going on in the cosmos. Today we're going to actually be polling on the situation of the correctional officer that broke out the inmate, and they were on the run for a couple of days up until the end, where she did unfortunately shoot herself and she ended up dying at the hospital, and the inmate is now back behind bars. A lot of you are asking me to poll on this. Why did they do this? What was the reason? Were they lovers? And that's what this reading is going to be about. I'm not really going to take too long on this reading, only because it had a very tragic end, and I feel like looking into the energy of why is what I'm going to be focused on in this reading. So let's begin. Okay, those cards flew out. We have the Five of Wands. We have the Six of Pentacles reverse. And then we have the Queen of Cups. So this is what I'm already picking up on. The both of them were definitely involved where it was a relationship, but I'm kind of getting the vibe that they both had a reason why they did this. It's very easy to say, you know what, she got caught up, she's in love, and she just followed her heart. I'm actually not feeling that. And I would think that that would have been the reason. Even as I'm channeling, this information doesn't even make any sense as I'm hearing it, as I'm receiving these downloads. It's not even making sense to me, but I'm just going to repeat what I am hearing. And based on the vibes here, they both have their reasons as to why they did this. Yes, they were together, but one person was more invested than the other, but they both had their own reasons as to why they did this. The word that I keep hearing is revolution. So I keep hearing a word, revolution. So obviously his charges, Spirit's saying he had, okay, his charges are, what's coming for him is meant to be. Spirit saying, like, it is what, this is it. It's meant to be. He has made his bed and he has to lay in it. But he convinced her that he was wrongfully, he convinced her that he was wrongfully put in the system. A lot of them feel that way. Some of them are telling the truth. But nah, whatever that he did that shit. But somehow he was able to convince her, Queen of Cups, empathetic, understanding his story and why he did it. He was able to convince her. Now, what Spirit is also telling me, based on this reading, is they actually built a strong friendship, and they've been planning on this for a very long time. So this is not something that just happened overnight. They were plotting on this, and had everything worked out, they would have actually gone in hiding for a year. But everything didn't work out, and, you know, here we are. Okay. We have the Four of Cups. And he has actually asked her, let's do this. And she thought about it. I don't want to take a risk. I don't want to do it. But then she did it. Yep. Love. She fell in love with him. She went with it. But they still had motives on why they wanted to do it. The Knight of Wands. So let me try to get an understanding on the motive. Aside from being together and living happily ever after, right? What was the other reason as to why he wanted this, right? The Hermit. So here's the sad part. He cared about her too, but he was never someone that was monogamous. So he was going to stick with the relationship for as long as he could until he started pulling away from her, actually. Ain't that some shit? Yeah, he was going to leave eventually. Had everything worked out, he was going to leave eventually. She was more invested than he was, but he was going to stay. He cares for her. He doesn't want anything to happen to her. but he also knew that the vibe that I'm hearing is, I have a cause. This is what I have to do. He kind of gives me the vibe of like a I can't say that word because YouTube is very sensitive with words like that, but he's kind of giving me the vibe that he would off himself if it means that it's going to disrupt and cause chaos for a certain location. Y'all get where I'm going with this? He's the type where what I'm doing, me offing myself to make sure that everybody burst up in flames with me, that's the goal. He wasn't going to stay with her. He had a mission, and his mission was, I have to finish what I started. So whatever that his charges were, which I'm going to look up, because I didn't get a chance to look up his charges. Whatever that his charges was about, he was just going to finally finish what he set out to do. But he was going to pretend that he wasn't trying to do that, to follow whatever that they had established or whatever that they had going on. So that's something that is here. He was going to leave. He was going to leave. And unfortunately, this man, there's another woman that he's talking to, but he was planning on leaving the poor CO officer that broke him out. King of Pentacles. Yeah, he's very intelligent, very in tune with himself, but very stubborn, very ambitious, and he felt that this was his opportunity to finish what he started. So that was his motive. He was going to ride out the romantic wave for as long as he could until he couldn't anymore. He wasn't going to hurt her. He was just going to pull away when it was time. Now, what was her motive aside from, we're going to be together and live happily ever after? What was her motive aside from that? She had an agenda as well. She just didn't know how she was going to execute it. What was the agenda though? I just heard intuitively, whatever that he believes in, she believes in it too. Feels like a sorority cult type of thing, if you ask me. Two people bonding because they share similar views. Two people bonding because they have the same ideologies, same viewpoints, the same everything. And it was like a match made in heaven. I don't have to pretend this is what we like. They were both a part of a sorority, or a part of something that they feel is dying. They feel like this is dying. They feel like the power that they once had, they have it, but it's dwindling. We're in the age of Aquarius, so a lot of those old structures are being broken down, and a lot of new ways of being is being introduced. I don't feel like they are the people that are adapting to the new ways. They're not adapting to the changes. It's almost like they wish that things were back to how it used to be. And they're from Alabama, right? No offense to anyone that lives in Alabama, but you know, certain parts got some very racist parts. Certain parts, not all over the place, but certain parts in Alabama do. And something about this is very racist, cult-like, but they're in love and they had a reason. And that's really creepy how I'm picking up on that, because literally we've been having, unfortunately in the United States, there's been mass, shooters that were doing what they were doing. And Scorpio full moon, what do you know? So it seems like there is a fear going on within people with that mindset. And that mindset is with that inmate. He wants to finish what he started. And if they had conversations about this, his dreams of, I don't know, doing shit that's evil, but let's justify it because that's what I believe in, then it's making me kind of look at her a little bit. So even though I was sad to hear what happened to her, and yes, she fell in love with him, they both shared the same views. They're both a part of something. They made an agreement. Back of the deck. They made an agreement. Yes, they made an agreement. He suggested this to her multiple times. She wasn't going to do it, but she did. She thought it through. The judgment. She thought it through. It backfired in the end. He's dangerous. That's what I'm seeing. He's extremely dangerous. They were planning on doing something here. Wishes fulfilled. Everything was going according to plan. She was helping him with this shit. Because she loves him. But it fell through, of course. It fell through. Anything you're doing that has demonic intentions, I mean, this was bound to happen. Six of Wands reversed, they receive recognition in the way that they didn't want to receive recognition. So whatever that they were going to do together, this feels very Bonnie and Clyde, very cultish, very, I'm going to help you finish what you could have. Oh, I thought she just fell in love with him and they were going to run away and hopefully he's going to change his life for me. And she was almost hitting retirement. So it's like all of this. And is he racist? One of them was a white supremacist from what I'm seeing here. She was definitely more in love than him. It backfired, the Five of Cups. But guys, they made an agreement to cause chaos. They made an agreement to cause chaos. He convinced her that this was good. This is giving me very the Joker and Harley Quinn, if you guys know the backstory for that. Because Harley Quinn was his psychologist, I think. She was the one that was helping the Joker, but the Joker seduced her. She dies in the end. And he gets locked up. But they had a plan. They had a plan. The plan's not going to happen. Eight of Wands. The plan is not going to happen. Of course it's not going to happen. And because of this, he may even get a large penalty. Especially if he's in trial right now, they're going to give him the worst punishment. Is the death penalty, is it a thing in Alabama? Because it's looking like let me read about his charges because that may help me understand something here. She should have never did this. It's saying, the sheriff is saying, I'm reading this article on E-Online. It's saying, knowing the inmate, I think she's in danger, whatever the circumstances. He was in jail for capital murder, and he had nothing to lose. Oh, Casey White, no relation to Vicky, which is the victim, was serving a 75-year prison sentence for other crimes and was awaiting trial on capital murder charges to which he pleaded not guilty. Prior to that, she was a great employee, so this was a shock to a lot of people. Had they been successful, guys, this would have been an issue, because he was going to eventually leave her, even though he convinced her to believe in whatever that he wanted to do, and he was going to finish what he started. So all of those charges he had, all of them little shoom shoom shoom, like him hurting people, he was going to do that, but on a big scale. And whatever that he was telling her, she was convincing him that this is the vision. So I'm just going to end the reading off like this. It's giving white supremacy on his part. And he convinced her because she loved him. And she was in love. And it's giving that he is a part of a cult. She wasn't in one per se, or maybe, was she? Hold on. Was she? Because she was way too in agreement with this. Page of Wands, the Ten of Cups. Yes, she's a part of something too. And it's like, oh my God, you're a part of this? I'm a part of this too. It's kind of like when you meet somebody that's a part of your sorority. It's giving that, but what sorority or group would exist that wants to harm, and he wanted to finish what he started? I mean, it's giving KKK, but it's giving KKK. Ew. Oh, yeah, guys, that was the reading. I mean, were you guys expecting this turn? I thought it was just going to be a love story gone bad and don't be trusting in these men. But no, I mean, that's part of it. But she believed in some of his viewpoints too. And he was going to finish what he started, but now he can't. And they're really going to be watching him now. Creepy. Anyway, guys, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought about this reading. Did you feel the same vibes too? Guys, I gotta go. Like I said, leave a comment down below. Thumbs up if you enjoyed this reading. And I'll talk to you guys later. This was a creepy one. I was not expecting that turn. I was not expecting to see. I mean, then again, I should have known better. I should have known. I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Mwah. Bye.